Alright, y'all niggas. So look, we finna react to the end of Big U. Big U hit with the Rolling Sixes hit with a Rico. So boom, I know y'all seen this shit. I seen this shit too. So boom, I seen what's her name as? Hold on. Yeah, I was finna say I seen this one, Big. I seen this shit, and then I seen Brick Baby. Okay, so he right here. Oh, Loose right here too. So I was finna say I seen Brick Baby on there, but Brick Baby got a self Rico. So Brick Baby was like got a federal indictment by itself. I seen that shit. So we finna react to this, and we finna react to No Jumper, cause supposedly Adam 22 had the feds questioned bro about this shit or came to him about some information or some shit.
Got hit with one of the craziest Rico indictments ever. Big U allegedly shot his own artist in the face and brought his body to the desert, and that's just the beginning. This case involves everything from murder to scamming NBA legends like Shaq.
Damn.
And today, we're breaking it all down. In March 2025, Big U and 18 other Crips were indicted on RICO charges. When the news first broke, the cops didn't have Big U in custody yet and thought he might try and do the race because he was the leader of the whole thing. Big U and a lot of those in the indictment are affiliated with the Rolling 60 Crips. But Big U is running his own thing called Big U Enterprise. Big U had his own charity and record label. But the cops said that Big U Enterprise was a mafia-like organization that Big U used as a front for his crew. Big U wanted everyone to think he had gone legit and was giving back to the community. But one of the prosecutors called him a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheater.
Damn.
One of the biggest details in the case is when Big U allegedly brutally murdered one of his own artists. Big U started his own rap label called Unique Music and was putting on artists from the West Coast. But in 2021, Big U allegedly pulled the trigger on his own rapper because of a diss track. A dude named Rayshawn Williams assigned to Big U's label, but there was some drama going on behind the scenes. It's not clear what sparked the issue,
but this nigga
Rayshawn
Big U
Williams ended up dissing Big U in the song, and that's allegedly why he ended up getting shot in the face.
LA nigga, bro.
And the craziest thing about the situation is that Rayshawn Williams talks about his own death on the track and described exactly how it could go down. Rayshawn Williams dissed Big U and called him a bro that makes some money. Then Rayshawn said that the song can get him killed for thinking shit funny. Rayshawn also raps about himself getting shot in the face with a .38 revolver that would leave no trace. Then 5 days after Rayshawn Williams made the track, the Las Vegas police found his dead body in a ditch.
Did he get shot with a 38?
Today and save $28 or more.
Like,
just $1 down, $15 a month. Deal ends Friday, April 11th.
If that
super hydration keeps me 24/7 moisturized and smells like a Fiji vacation.
Rayshawn had been shot in the face with a revolver, and the cops think Big U was the one who pulled the trigger. And what makes the situation even crazier is that Big U had been Rayshawn Williams' football coach since he was a kid. According to court documents, Big U's label Unique Music paid to fly Rayshawn Williams from California.
I thought he killed one of his artists and he killed the nigga, a football player supposedly he knew. So basically, bro was the football player and he started rapping when he grew up. Okay.
Vegas, January 2021. Okay, the label paid for Rayshawn to stay at an Airbnb, and he was supposed to go to the studio every day for a week to record new music. Rayshawn missed one of the studio sessions though, so Big U and his right-hand man Sylvester Robinson drove out to Las Vegas to press him about it. Big U and Sylvester Robinson showed up to the Airbnb and asked Rayshawn why he didn't go to the studio, and Rayshawn said he didn't have a ride. The next day, Rayshawn, Big U, and Sylvester Robinson all went to the studio. It's not clear what happened there, but Rayshawn had no idea that his old coach was allegedly gonna murder him just a few hours later. Surveillance videos from Rayshawn's Airbnb spotted him going there after the studio session at around 1 in the morning. Rayshawn was allegedly riding with Big U, and he hopped out to grab his suitcase and then got back in the car. Rayshawn was supposed to be in Las Vegas for another day, but Big U allegedly had other plans, and according to the cops, Big U drove Rayshawn out into the desert, shot him in the face, and then went back to the studio.
Damn.
A witness said that Big U showed back up to the studio at around 3 in the morning, and it looked like he was drenched in sweat or water. And Big U told the witness that he just got back from the gym. Then just a few hours later, the cops found Rayshawn's body in the ditch. According to the indictment, Big U took recording equipment out of the studio after he allegedly killed Rayshawn and told someone to get rid of the surveillance footage from that night. The cops think that Big U had a fight at the studio before Rayshawn got killed, and that's why Big U wanted the video to be deleted. After Rayshawn got killed, Big U knew there was gonna be some heat on him, so he allegedly made one of his homies drive his whip and stay in his crib. That way, if the cops showed up to the house or pulled the car over, Big U would have time to run before the cops actually got to him. Nobody really knows why Big U allegedly killed Rayshawn, but that's the situation that got the feds looking into him. And a month after Rayshawn died, the FBI opened an investigation into Big U Enterprises. Everyone already knew that Big U was one of the top dudes in the rolling 60s though. Big U was always talking about the gang and said he came up robbing cars. Then he earned a rep in the streets by putting hands on all of his ops. Big U was pushing drugs all through the 80s, but he claimed he stopped after reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. That's when Big U got into the rap game, and he started managing a dude named Corrupt. Big U was still heavy in the streets though, and in '91, he tried to steal a bunch of cocaine from an undercover cop. Big U went down for 13 years in prison and got into all kinds of crazy situations behind bars. Big U admitted to stabbing a bunch of people in prison, and one time he hit a dude so hard that he knocked the dude's eyeball out of his socket. But then Big U came home in 2004 and started a charity called Developing Options. Developing Options was supposed to keep the kids out of the streets and help them get involved with sports, but the cops said there was way more going on behind the scenes. Big U started getting funded for Developing Options from the Gang Reduction Youth Development Program in LA. And since 2015, the city's been giving the charity over $500,000 every year. That money was supposed to be helping kids stay out of the trenches, but Big U was allegedly taking it for himself. Even NBA players got wrapped up in the situation. According to the indictment, Draymond Green and Shaquille O'Neal both gave $20K to Developing Options. Then Big U transferred the money right into his own accounts. Draymond and Shaq might have been scammed out of $20K, but at least they didn't get hands put on them like Adrian Broner did. According to an informant who's working with the FBI, a boxer named Adrian Broner set up a big dice game in LA back in 2019. Adrian Broner invited a bunch of NBA players to the game, but him and his crew were allegedly using trick dice though, and they stole millions from the NBA players. After the game, Big U heard about it and told his crew to rough up Adrian Broner because he didn't check in with Big U before he set up the dice game. Then Big U got the money that Adrian Broner took from the NBA players and gave it back to him. Big U didn't just hand the money back for free though, and he allegedly made the players give him $100K each. And according to one of the FBI informants, there are a lot of other NBA players and celebrities who would check in with Big U to make sure they were safe at parties, games, or advertising shoots. And anyone who didn't check in would face retaliation from the Big U enterprise. Big U even said, if I don't pick up the phone, that could mean death for somebody. Big U was allegedly extorting weed shops too. One dude who ran a weed dispensary told the cops that Big U had been extorting them for $25K a month. At one point, the dude couldn't afford to pay the fees anymore. So Big U sent a bunch of goons to the shop. The goons ran in with guns and stole a bunch of cash and weed. Then later that same day, Big U invited the weed shop owner to his crib. Big U put everything that had been stolen from the shop on the table and told the dude, that's how you rob yourself. Then Big U made the dude
this nigga was a gangster though, I'll give it to him. This nigga tripping.
Big U wanted to hit up other weed dispensaries, and he asked the dude who just got robbed to help him set them up. Big U told the dude to get the money for the other robberies. Then Big U handed him back some of the money that had just been stolen from his shop. And what makes the situation even crazier is that Big U's homie Loose Cannon talks about the robbery on No Jumper, and the feds quoted the interview in their indictment.
Look at Wack.
Loose Cannon and Brick Baby were both on No Jumper a lot, but now they're both involved in the Rico case with Big U and the other rolling 60s. According to the indictment, Big U was pressed that Loose Cannon was airing out street business on the No Jumper podcast. So after the episode came out where Loose Cannon was talking about the weed dispensary robbery, Big U sent No Jumper a cease and desist letter, and they took the episode down.
What?
The weed shop robbery wasn't the only thing that Loose Cannon talked about.
No wonder I didn't see that shit. I was
and
like,
according to the indictment, Loose Cannon admitted that Big U and him extorted a celebrity rapper out of $50K. Loose Cannon was allegedly robbing people outside of the No Jumper studios too. On January 3rd, 2025,
what the fuck?
Loose Cannon allegedly pistol whipped a dude and put the gun against his head. Then two of Loose Cannon's homies snatched the dude's jewelry, cash, and phone. After Brick Baby, Big U, and Loose Cannon got locked up, a lot of people were blaming Adam 22 from No Jumper. But Adam 22 clapped back and said he was helping them make legit money and didn't have anything to do with them getting booked.
You know what I do? I put people in position, put them on the podcast, give them jobs.
You gotta give it to Adam though.
A lot of the people are getting caught up for it, especially with Brick. It's like, I'm not seeing anything that says anything about stuff that he's done in the last 2 years since he's been with us, right? So, you know, end of the day, I do employ people from the streets. And I guess, you know, people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal RICO indictments, whatever the this is.
According to the cops, Big U has been extorting people all over the city. Back in 2021, Big U threw a birthday party for himself at a club. Big U told the club owners that he was going to bring in a bunch of famous rappers like T.I. and Wiz Khalifa. So the owners agreed to give Big U around 30% of the money that the bar made that night. But when Big U rolled up to the club with his crew, he forced one of the owners into a back room and extorted $30K from him. The feds have been watching Big U and his crew for years, and they got a ton of evidence against him from tapping their phones.
Shit.
One time, the feds recorded Big U planning a robbery. Big U heard that somebody had robbed a celebrity rapper and took their studio equipment, and Big U planned to rob the dudes who took it. Some of the studio equipment had an Apple AirTag on it, so Big U and his crews tracked the thieves down and brought their guns with them. Big U and his homies were about to hit the lick, but then they spotted cops in the area and decided to call it off. Big U was trying to put on a front like he was out of the streets and focus on giving back to the community. But the feds have a wiretap conversation where Big U said, "If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind, the issue would have been resolved, and he wouldn't be here or I wouldn't be here. I'm still who they say I am.
Nigga, you got an issue with whacking, he's still
I'll
here.
pull up on your block right now, nigga, and show up and show out, nigga." That's what happened to the last niggas that thought I retired. The FBI was also paying informants to get more evidence against Big U and his team. And now they even have videos of the informant giving Big U money that was actually coming from the feds. Before he turned himself into the feds, Big U went live on IG and said that the stories coming out against him are trash. Big U said he's not doing anything but trying to help his community, and that other people are trying to take him down because they don't want to see him win. Big U was allegedly making big money from scamming and hustling. But another crazy part of the story is that his own son is a linebacker in the NFL. Big U's son, Dayan Henley, got drafted by the Los Angeles Chargers and could probably provide for their whole family. But now his dad is facing life in prison because he couldn't leave the streets alone.
I didn't know that shit either. How his son so happened to stay in LA in the NFL? Ain't that crazy to the bitch? What the fuck?
Some people think Big U could end up going down for Nipsey Hussle's murder too, even though that case was technically already solved. Nipsey was brutally killed by a rolling 60 named Eric Holder, and some people think Big U was involved with the situation. Nipsey and Big U had a lot of history. They both repped the rolling 60s and were cool back in the day. Big U was managing Nipsey for a while, but then they fell out, and Nip's brother Black Sam almost killed Big U. There's a lot of different rumors about how it all started though. Nipsey's baby mama was Big U's niece, and one time Nip allegedly put him.
Nipsey baby mama is Big U niece. That shit is crazy.
Hands on her, so Big U wrote up on Nip to press him about it. Other sources claim that it all started because Big U took some studio equipment that Nip was using. Then Nip dropped the track, "You Don't Got a Clue," and rapped, "Look, you don't have a clue of what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own, and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they're supposed to have control of what I do." Big U ended up coming to Nipsey's shop and started throwing hands. Big U was known for being able to fight, and he was beating up Nipsey so badly that Nip's brother Black Sam ran into the shop and got his gun. Sam shot into the air to make Big U back off of Nip. Then the cops pulled up and started shooting at Black Sam. Luckily, the cops missed every shot, and after that, Nip and Big U allegedly squashed the beef. Some people think that Big U never really got over it though, and he got even more press when Nip became the most famous Rollin' 60 Crip. Nipsey grinded for years in the rap game and became a legend on the West Coast, and rumors say that Big U was jealous. There's no evidence that Big U actually sent Eric Holder to kill Nip, but there's a really suspicious video where Big U says, "Justice for Nip," and then laughs like crazy.
Justice for Nip.
That nigga a hoe.
Even if the cops don't tie Big U to the Nipsey Hussle murder, it's looking like they got enough evidence to lock him up for life. There's over 50 witnesses, paid informants, phone records, and videos too. Plus, there's a good chance that even more dudes are gonna flip to beat their own charges. Big U could have left the trenches behind when he came home from prison the first time, but instead he took the crime and violence to another level.
Alright, look, we finna react to let me see. They say Adam 20. They went to Adam 22 crib on this shit. Where that shit at?
What's going on with them right now?
Not really.
You don't?
Although I can speak on some very, very privileged information right now that I think is going to set the internet on fire. Because
what's going on?
All right, let me break this down for you. Let me break down the last
nigga done took his shoes off to break it down.
So, I this morning got a colonoscopy as a result of the fact that I, for a period of time, was suffering from a condition called colitis, in which your colon becomes infected and irritated, whatever. They wanted to do a colonoscopy. This is my second time doing it. Basically, it involves you don't eat any food for 24 hours. You take a bunch of meds that make you shit out every last ounce of water and shit inside your body, and then you go into the doctor's office, they put you to sleep, they take a camera, they put the camera inside of your butthole, which means, yes, I was booka booka today.
And Briggs very jealous.
By a large Samoan man. I don't know. I was locked up. I was knocked out, so I don't remember anything from it at all. I'm sorry, Brick. I know that this kind of goes against the nature of our relationship and everything. I wasn't supposed to let another dude hold me down like that while you were locked up.
Hey!
I'm so sorry. But I did that.
What?
Anyway, yesterday,
Nigga,
I'm sitting around the
time to
house
be trolling?
starving myself all day. I actually have a newfound appreciation for fasting because I do feel like I achieved some sort of mental clarity while I didn't eat food for a day.
Shouts to the monks.
But while I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer.
That's why they do
a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me. She says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would. She told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I say, what should I do? I don't want to, handle this situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them. Especially, something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense. Soon as the cops come, he airs out his whole situation and ends up coming back to haunt him because the state ends up trying him. So if he had not made all those statements to the cops right after he had killed this dude, then it for sure would have been a way easier case for him to beat. Now, that being said, I'm not really that worried because I know that I myself haven't been involved in any criminality, but I figured I would have my lawyer take care of it. So my lawyer reaches out to the guy who came to my door. She assures me that she's going to be able to ask the FBI agent a handful of questions, and from that information be able to ascertain, is Adam in trouble? Is Adam going to be, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information? Because that was kind of lingering out in my head as like, God, this is going to be a huge pain in the ass if they want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. You're going to have to buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record. But this is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Brick or Luce were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something that Break or Luce told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Luce Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff. So this to me is kind of
Nipsey shit and make it a fair
massive
case.
because it makes me feel like, the FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be, which to me seems gigantic. I don't know why that cease and desist is not going to help them prosecute Brick Baby or Luce Cannon or anybody else. But the fact that they're interested in that, to me, adds quite a bit of credibility to the argument that perhaps Nipsey Hussle's death was a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
Well, isn't that when this
gave it to him though?
Isn't
we did hand it over? Yeah.
Isn't this when that
was it?
I mean, really, like.
So it's safe to say you the feds.
I'm happy to help the feds with talking about a document that we have previously discussed on here over and over, and which doesn't implicate anybody that I know or whatever. It's not like I know about Big U doing something illegal. Big U did something perfectly legal by sending over a document to us asking us to remove a piece of content. Now, for the record, it doesn't mean that this means that there's a full-scale investigation into Big U's involvement.
So you don't feel like you played no part in them getting booked at all?
No.
Like
really.
with the shit they set up here and you clipping it up. I mean, I get you live and people might be able to screen record, but some of the shit these niggas is saying, you sit back, like even the feds probably like, I can't believe like these niggas is this.
That's my thing, bro. This nigga can't make niggas say shit. This nigga, bro, the way certain niggas answer his questions, bro, you can literally see, them niggas, he know. My fucking nose on him. You can see, bro, niggas are just, some niggas will get quiet. What is his name? X4, nigga, when that nigga asked that nigga some crazy shit, that nigga said, that's all you gotta do, nigga. What the fuck? It's not my fault. It's not Adam fault. These niggas gonna get on here and tattletale on themselves.
Then you clip it up
and build a case on themselves.
To reiterate what they said. Instead of
this nigga need to shut up, fam.
Somebody comes on the podcast and they want to live their truth. They want to talk about the things that they've been through.
Niggas is grown ass men out here. Nigga, them niggas know what to and what not to say on camera. Like, stop trying to
figure out what's criminal, what might come back to get them. Because let's be real, this is hip hop where.
Well, nigga, think about how much shit we would not know, nigga, if that shit was on the internet, nigga. If niggas wasn't on the net talking about this shit, nigga, niggas would know a lot of this shit. Nigga, if Big U if Rico just came out and Loose Cannon and Brick Baby and none of them niggas went on the podcast talking crazy, detailing robberies and murders and shit, we niggas, everybody should be shocked. Nobody would not know what the fuck going on. But no, the internet knows because these niggas talking already. Nigga, on these
lyrics,
interviews.
songs, etc. are basically putting them in the mix and acknowledging that they've been involved with crimes. And, you know, when I'm sitting there and Loose Cannon's saying, because keep in mind, this is my first time even understanding that Big U might have had any involvement in any street stuff still, when Loose Cannon's sitting there and saying, yeah, me and Big U went to this weed spot and we got all this money out of them and then Big U didn't split the money up fairly and yada yada. I'm sitting there thinking, Big U's on that? Like, I had no idea that Big U would have been doing anything that could be considered extortion or, you know, payments for checking in, whatever.
Not a guess.
In retrospect, I feel a little naive since he did call his podcast that and he was talking about the checking in process pretty open.
Nigga podcast name was something like check in, some shit.
We understand the bottom line is money.
Police ass shit, nigga. What the fuck?
Like you just said, if they come on here and you ask them certain questions and they're dumb enough to speak on that, yeah, it's partly their fault, but you don't think the questions you ask are strategically bringing certain things about them?
Well, it's not like I could have even asked about that since I didn't know anything about that. They just started talking about
it. Well, like, who are y'all talking about?
No, look. See, me, I'm talking about Brick. Now, as far as guests that come on and willingly tell on themselves, that's 100% on them.
Okay.
I don't blame
all of them niggas doing that shit, though.
For dumbasses coming on the internet where you know the police are watching every platform everywhere and telling on crimes they committed. They're idiots.
Understandable, but did you read Brick's indictment?
I'm not reading through none of that shit. But basically what I'm saying is, regardless of anything he said on this show, indictment or not, some of the shit he said, if that's my boy, like if my brother was to say some shit like that, hey bro, you gotta stop talking about shit like that. Or I'm not even putting it up like, nigga, you just
think that's Adam place to tell niggas not to talk about some shit?
Before we put the clip
That's
out.
The thing.
I'm not just gonna be like, oh fuck it, it is what it is. He dumb enough to do it. If this is my boy, see, I'm calling this my homie, my friend, like Adam calls Brick, or some idiot that just comes up here and wants to go viral. Yeah, I caught 11 hats. Okay, you stupid as fuck.
But I think part of it is the fact that, you know, when Brick comes on here and says, I'm putting kill squads in the street, or I got more bodies than you got squabbles.
That's what I was getting. That was crazy.
But bro, he don't mean that shit.
It doesn't matter.
Entertainment
when he goes to court, they can still bring that type of shit up.
But my thing is that when I hear Brick say something like that, and of course I assume that Brick has never killed anybody, but when he says that kind of thing, I assume he's doing marketing because he knows that the aura of danger around him is such that that's really going to hook people and get them interested, and we're seeing that right now. Really, if I had a suggestion for Brick, if he gets out tomorrow, I'm going to say, let's get a video guy, let's get in the studio, let's drop music right now.
1000%.
Because realistically, having this aura of danger and criminality around you is going to be massively beneficial to people paying attention to your music or whatever you're trying to monetize. So, I mean, number one, all those statements were said on live. So, yeah, we could have cut it out, which would have basically meant that everybody besides us was able to monetize it. Or we could have, you know.
Is that more important?
So it's content over everything.
I mean, it's gonna happen either way. So,
but the thing is, if you read Brick's indictment, you'll see. And I'm not telling you to because I know you.
Right, he's not being accused of anything like that.
That's what what I was trying to get to.
Because he
so
got
literally, like he had an AK case from 2023. It's got nothing to do with anything he said on a podcast. He's not a part of that Rico with Big U in them. He's not listed as a defendant.
Yeah, I saw that.
On that Rico.
Yeah, I seen all
so
that.
There's nothing that he said. Now, what you're saying, what Messiah said, like, oh, it could be used against you in court, potentially as a character witness, but I think that could easily be dismissed considering you're an entertainer for a living, and your persona is based on having this, street image, which these statements do nothing but substantiate. It's got nothing.
I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody come on here and they say what they say, that's coming out that person's mouth.
And even if Brick had never been on a podcast, you could just listen to his music and say, look at all this shit that he said. That's basically him declaring himself a killer.
I mean, his music's way gnarlier than anything.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like, let's say tomorrow Brick gets hit with another indictment.
But just saying it though, make it way worse.
4 people. I mean, the music is then going to be the Traplo Ross documentary is going to be crazy because Brick talks like he's the best man who's ever walked the West Coast in his music.
Swamp Story.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Swamp Stories has a whole video calling him, you feel me?
Oh, yeah, right?
You feel me? The Crip serial killer or whatever they call it.
I mean, people want to blame you, which I think, again, you...
What? But yeah, y'all niggas fuck with me, I fuck with y'all. Yeah, my camera. My fucking, is my shit working? No, my shit is not working. I don't know what's going on with my face cam all of a sudden. But yeah, y'all fuck with me, I'll fuck with y'all, nigga. Let's get it, nigga. Make sure y'all like the video. Tell me how y'all feel about the video. Comment on the video. Subscribe to my motherfucking channel. And like the video. Let's go.